So today, this is going to be more of a personal story, a personal thank you. Thanksgiving is always a good time to look at what we have and try not to take stuff for granted. Whether that be the place you live, the relationship with your parents, loved ones, friends, the job you have, what game systems you have and games you have access to. I try to take some time and really appreciate what I have been blessed with, and to thank God as well, because I'm sure He had a hand in it somewhere, working in mysterious ways and all that. Usually around this time, I make a post thanking all of you, my subscribers, patrons, viewers, commenters, and all of that, for supporting me. Every view, like, comment is a person, not just a number, and I value all of it. I appreciate your support and the constructive feedback you provide me with on this journey. And while I am very grateful for all of you again today, I wanted to take just a little bit of time and focus on a friend of mine who really helped me out when I got started. And being that my friend is such a huge fan of westerns, western game footage will be used for most of this video. Plus, it's a good excuse to have some gun up on the screen. So back when I first started doing YouTube, this was about around a year or so of doing it. I was starting to try to figure out my style at the time. I had seen an update on Facebook for a channel that I used to follow a lot. It was Slasher Thrasher. I saw his videos while I was in college and really enjoyed his stuff. Justin had and still has a great sense of humor. He always tried to look for the good in games. He is one that I would say would much rather just talk about the stuff he liked, rather than harp on anything he disliked. He was very focused on the positive, and it was and still is something that I find refreshing about his takes today. He sadly doesn't do too much on YouTube anymore, but he will occasionally post something on Twitter, and we talk almost daily through private messenger, so I always get to hear his takes on the latest and greatest games. But back then, I only knew him through his channel. I saw he was active from the post and I decided to reach out. This eventually led us to talking a bunch. We had a lot in common. Big Western film and game fans, among other things too. To give you some insider baseball with game reviewing on YouTube, I had no idea how to go about getting game codes, so that I could review games and potentially have early access to have a potential video ready for launch. Justin had been in the game for a while, so he had many connections. He even helped me start to make my connections within the industry, and sort of got me started on how to look for stuff there. Having a sort of guide to help me in this area can be a great asset, and I'm so grateful for this. There was one time where we both covered an exclusive demo for a game, and many times when this happens, you'll receive a beta code that you can then put in Steam, and it will unlock the full game so that you can cover it later on. While I tried to get that code, I didn't manage to actually get it. I was ignored by the PR contact. This happens to me a bunch too. So Justin may have arranged for me to see the code, and then I was able to cover the full game now. There'd be other times where Justin knew I was interested in a game. He was busy and received a code and then asked the PR contact for permission to give me that code as well. Like I said, stuff like this, especially when you're starting out, can really help. There were also plenty of nights where he and I would be up till about 2 a.m. playing a game, or just chatting playing the same single player game, seeing how we were doing it differently. I remember doing this a lot with Vampire. On a more personal side of things, I was going through something at the time that he had battled a bunch in his life. He gave me some insight into it and actually helped me to get some initial confidence on trying to manage and better it. Again, another thing I'm grateful for him with. I would never have thought that a channel I really enjoyed to watch, that I'd end up becoming friends with him down the road. Honestly, if we didn't live so far away from each other, like if we lived close, we'd probably hang out a lot. Now we still talk, he loves to bust my balls a lot, especially on Twitter whenever I speak out against a game that I don't like. I can't help myself but lash out when I see stuff related to Last of Us Part 2. And can you blame me? That game sucks. But when I think back to me starting out, there are many people I thank that helped get me started with this channel. My wife was originally the one to really push me to start this, but that is a story for another day. Justin really helped me get access and start to figure out asking for codes and who to contact. But more importantly, I gained a friend from all of this, and one that I cherish. While Justin doesn't post much on his channel, I'm going to link this video that he did on Red Dead Redemption 1. He did a really great job just having a personal take on it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope all of you have a happy Thanksgiving and a great weekend.